Hello friends, welcome back. This is Amit from Magnet, and today we are going to create this nice car driving animation inside Unreal Engine 5.6.1. So first take a look what we are going to create today. So before we start, if you are new to this channel, I recommend to check my videos, and if you find those videos useful, please do subscribe this channel and turn the notification on. And here I like to shout out for all those people who has already joined me as a member. So if you really want to support me, you can also join me as a member. So let's get started. So I open my Unreal Engine from here, then I choose this games option here and I select third person template. And here I name my project as tutorial and hit create. And after open, first we're going to download an environment so we can make our animation. So for this, I going to download an environment pack from Fab. So for the environment, I'm going to use this Ruler Australia pack, which is absolutely free. Just add to my project. And as you can see that this environment pack is not compatible with the current version of Unreal Engine. So we go to this drop down menu and select the highest possible version is available here, which is the 5.4. Select this one. Then click on this add to project. And after download, you will get this Ruler Australia folder over here. And inside this folder, we will get this map folder. Just double click to open. And here you will get these three types of maps. So we're going to use the first one. So just double click to open this map. And here, as you can see that this is the map and it look really amazing. So this is our map. And now we're going to get the car. So for the car, I'm going to download the car model from the Kit Bash. And in order to download any asset from the Kit Bash, we're going to download a plugin called Cargo. So this is the Kit Bash 3D official site. And when you go to this site, you will get this option called this cargo. Just click over here and then you have to download this. So I have Windows, so I'm going to download this download for Windows. But if you have Mac, you can download this one. So I'm going to download this one. And after download, you will get this cargo zip file here. So we're going to extract it. So here is the cargo. Just double click to open and we're going to install this. But before we install, we have to close our Unreal Engine. So we're going to close our Unreal Engine. Then we're going to start setup. And after setup, I click on this run cargo here and click on this finish. And after launch, you have to sign up here for the first time. And now we're going to find our vehicle model. So we go to the vehicles here and in this filter, we use the free assets. So we go to the access tab, go to this drop down and click on this free. So here is the vehicle model that we're going to use. And in order to import this into our project, we're going to reopen our Unreal Engine. So we go to this Epic Game Launcher here, go to the library and we're going to open our project. So here is the project called this tutorial. Just double click to open. And in order to import any asset from Cargo, we need to enable a plugin. So we go to the edit, then we go to this plugins. And in the search bar, we type for Cargo. And here you will get this plugin called this Cargo by Kit Bash 3D. Just enable it. And then again, we have to restart our engine. So just click on this restart now. And after restart, we close our plugin bar. And when you enable the cargo, you will get this logo over here. Just click on it and you can see this message called this ready to accept asset from cargo. Click on this OK. Then we open cargo and then we select our Unreal Engine version from here, So I am using the Unreal Engine 5.6 version, and then you can also specify the texture size. So I'm going to use this 4K one, which is the 4K JPEG, and just click on this import. And sometime you will see that your asset is not importing here. As you can see here that I click on this import, but our asset is not imported to our project. So one thing we can do that we can restart our PC to solve this issue. So I close my Unreal Engine and also close cargo window here. And now I'm going to restart my PC. And after restart, I open my project as well as I open cargo from here. Then I'm go to this vehicles tab here. Then go to the filters, go to the access, go to the drop down and select the free and select this asset here. Then we will specify the texture. So I'm using the 4K and then click on this import. And now if we go to this Unreal Engine, and here you can see that our asset is importing here. And after import, you find this folder called this KitBash 3D. Just click on it and go to the blueprints folder, go to the vehicles, and here is the asset. So if you import this asset over here, you can see this. And now we're going to import this asset to our environment. So we're going to reopen our environment. So we go down to this ruler Australia, go to the maps folder and open our environment and also save our progresses. So this is our environment and here we're going to import our asset. So we go to this content browser, go to this KitBash folder here, go to the blueprints, vehicles, and we're going to import our vehicle here. Okay, and default you can see that our vehicle comes with these extra props here. So we're going to read off these extra props from here. So we go to this outliner section, go to this vehicle blueprint here and click on this edit blueprint. And then we arrange our window a little bit here. So here is the vehicle asset and we're going to delete the unwanted part. So we're going to select this bottom part here and press delete, and also select this one, delete here, this one delete. So this is our only vehicle model here, and then we're going to compile this. Okay, and also save this from here. Okay, so this is our only vehicle model here. And now we're going to rig our vehicle. So for this, we're going to download a blueprint from Fab. So for the vehicle rigging, I'm going to use the cinematic car rig blueprint, and this is the light version. And it comes with the two versions, which is the full version and the light version. The light version is the free one. So first I'm going to use the light version to show you how you ready your vehicle for this cinematic car rig. And after that I'm going to use the cinematic car rig full version to unlock the extra features. So we're going to add this to our project, and after download you will get this folder called the cinematic car rig light. And inside this folder you will get these three folders. One contains the blueprint and the demo car and the demo level. So first you go to the blueprints folder, just double click to open, and here you can get this blueprint called this BP cinematic car rig light. And before you use this blueprint, first we're going to ready our car for this blueprint. And in order to ready our car, we have to separate the tires as well as the body. So first we're going to do that. So for this, first we're going to create a folder where we're going to save our new vehicle model. So we go to this content folder here and right click and make a new folder. And we name this folder as a vehicle for car rig. And here we're going to make a copy for our vehicle. So we go to this KitBash folder, go to the blueprint, go to the vehicles, and here is the vehicle. And now we're going to make a copy of this vehicle. So we're going to click and drag to our new folder. So we go down. And here is the folder we created named the vehicle for car rig. And click on this copy here. Okay. Then we go to this folder here. So we're going to open this vehicle blueprint. Just double click to open. And here is the vehicle. So first we're going to delete the wheels from here. So we're going to select the wheel and just press delete. So this is our vehicle without the wheels. Then we're going to compile this and close this. And now we're going to bring our vehicle model over here. Here it is. So it's a blueprint. So we're going to make it as a static mesh. So after selecting this blueprint, we go to the actor and click on this convert BP KitBash 3D vehicle to static mesh. Just click on it and we're going to select the same folder to save the asset, and we also name it here and then save. Okay, so this is the static mesh for the vehicle without the wheels. So we're going to delete the blueprint from here and we're going to import this static mesh here. Okay. So one thing we have to also do that we're going to reposition the anchor point for this vehicle. So we go to the selection mode and go to this modeling tab here. Then we go to the X form here and make sure that you select your asset here. And we go to the edit pivot and make it to the center here. So just click on this center and also make sure that your vehicle is facing to the X-axis here. So if you move your camera position here, you can see that the red axis is the X-axis. So always make sure that your vehicle is faced towards this X-axis here, which is very important. And when you make it to the center, just click on this accept. And after this body, we're going to ready the vehicle tires here. So for the tire, we go to this skid mesh folder here. Then we go to this static mesh folder. And here is the tire. So maybe we're going to use this one. So again, we're going to make a copy for this tire. So for this, we're going to click and drag it to this folder here. And make a copy. Then we go to this folder. And here is the tire. So we're going to make the tire for the car rig. So again, we're going to bring this tire over this environment here. Then we go to the selection mode button here and go to the modeling again. So first we go to the X form and go to this edit pivot and we make it to the center here. And here you can see that one thing that the tire is not facing towards this X axis here. So we're going to make this tire to face toward this X axis. So we go to this coordinate tab and we change this coordinate tab from world to local coordinate here. And then we're going to rotate this. So we're going to rotate it to 90 degree here like this, or you can put 90 over here. And when you make this tire to face toward this X axis, click on this accept. And you can see one thing here that the tire icon is changed here like this. So our tire is ready for the car rig. So we go back to our selection mode. Then we go to this content browser and go to the cinematic car rig folder here. Then we go to the blueprints and we open this blueprint by double clicking here. So this is the blueprint for this car rig, and set up this blueprint is also very easy. So as you can see that we have these slots here, which is for this body mesh for this vehicle body and the wheel meshes here. So we're going to put the body mesh and the wheel mesh to these respective slots here. So which is very easy. So we're going to place our blueprint over here. Then we go down to this vehicle folder here. So here is the vehicle folder. And first we're going to delete those vehicles from our viewport here. So we select both of them and just delete them. And also we deleted this one. Okay. So now we're going to place this body mesh over this slot. So this is the static mesh for the body. So we just bring it over here like this, which is very easy. And you can also see this over here. Okay. And then also we bring those tires over here. So we just bring this tire to this front wheel section, as well as the same wheel go to the rear wheel section here. Okay, just like that. Then we're going to bring this blueprint to our environment here. So again, we go to this content browser, go to the cinematic car rig folder, then go to the blueprints and just bring it over here. Okay. So initially you can see that our car look like this, but don't worry, we're going to fix it. So we're going to reposition our car as well as those wheels here. So here we will get those options here for this body height as well as the front offset, rear offset, front side offset and the rear side offsets. Okay. So first we go to this body height and we're going to change the value here. So we're going to change the value like this. Okay. Okay. Then we go to this front offset. So we're going to change the value here. Okay. As well as to the rear offset. Okay. Just like that. And then we go to the side offset. So we go to the front side offset. As well as the rear side offset. Okay, so maybe we can put the value manually here. So we put 72 here as well as the 72 over here as well. Okay, and then we're going to bring our vehicle body a little bit down here. And also we match the position. and also do the same thing for this rear wheel. Okay, and also we can increase the side offset here, so maybe we can put 75 and 75 here. So I think 75 look nice, or maybe we can do a little bit more, so maybe we can put 78 and 78 here. So as you can see that our vehicle look nice here, or maybe we can bring our vehicle a little bit down, so we're going to bring it down here like this. Okay, so make the adjustment until you get the right values here. Okay, so I think this look nice. So when you're satisfied with the values, just click on this compile and also save this. Okay, then we going to close this window. Okay, so now our vehicle is ready. So now if you move your vehicle, so select the vehicle and if you move, you can see that it can make the car rig nicely. So if you move your car, you can see that the wheels are rotating here like this. Okay, so now we're going to place our vehicle, or first we're going to rotate this vehicle here like this, and maybe we can place it here. And now in order to animate the vehicle, we're going to make a sequence for our scene. So for the sequence, we go to the sequencer tab and make a level sequence. So click on this add level sequence, and also we name it as a tutorial sequence and click save. And also we're going to make a camera for our scene. So we go to the box option, go to the cinematic and create a cine camera actor. And then we're going to bring our camera to our sequence. So we just bring it over here like this. And then we're going to reposition our camera. So let's find the vehicle. So here it is. Then we're going to make a little bit adjustment to our camera. So we go to this camera component and we go to the film back option and we change this to 16:9 DSLR. And also we're going to decrease the camera focal length. And now we're going to animate our vehicle. So for this, we select our vehicle. Then we go to this add button here and go to this add actor track and select our vehicle from here. And also we're going to put a parameter for our vehicle. So we go to this plus switch and select this transform parameter. So here is the parameter, and now we're going to animate this. So we start from the beginning. So we click on it to go to the beginning frame here and we reposition our vehicle here. Okay. Then we're going to make a keyframe for our vehicle. So we go to the transform switch and make a keyframe here. And also make sure that the keyframe interpolation method is linear here. And also we go to this auto keyframe switch and make it on. Okay. Then we go to the very last frame by clicking over here. So this is the last frame. And then we're going to animate our vehicle here. So we just drag this X axis and then we just move our vehicle here. Okay, just like that. And also we drag our vehicle to the road here. So we just drag it here like this. Okay, and also we going to orient our vehicle towards the road time to time. So we come over here and we're going to orient our vehicle towards the road. So we press E to get this rotation gizmo and we rotate it, but we want to rotate it freely. So we're going to uncheck all these snappings here like this, and then we're going to rotate this vehicle like this. Okay, and then we come over here and maybe we can slide our vehicle here and make sure that you cannot move the X axis here. So only we slide our vehicle as well as the rotation. And also we go to this keyframe and right click on it and make it as a cubic interpolation method or the cubic smart auto. So we make it cubic auto here. Okay. And maybe we go to the very beginning and we move it here like this. And then we come over here. And then we also rotate it. Okay, so make it very smoothly here. or maybe we can delete this keyframe. Okay, and do the adjustment here. Okay, so as you can see that we animate our vehicle very nicely here, and now we're going to animate our camera. And the easiest way to animate the camera is to attach the camera with this vehicle. So it's very easy to attach the camera with this vehicle. So we go to the Cine Camera Actor, then we go to this plus switch here, then we go to this attach, and first we select this preserve current. Okay, then again we go to this plus switch, go to the attach, and select our vehicle blueprint, which is the BP CCR light. Okay, and then we also come over here and extend this attachment to the from very beginning here. Okay, and now if we play, you can see that our camera is stick with the vehicle here. Okay, like this. And also we're going to reposition our camera. So we go to this camera and go to this drop down menu, and here you can see that the transform have this keyframe here. So first we're going to delete this keyframe here. Okay, just delete this one, and we go to the very first frame here. Then if we reposition our camera like this, maybe we can place our camera here, and then if you play, you can see that we can follow this vehicle from this position. Okay, just like that. And also we can animate our camera over time. So if we go to the very first frame, and maybe we can place our camera here and make a keyframe here to this transform switch. Okay, this transform switch is connected to this camera. Then we go to the very last frame, and maybe we can move our camera over here like this. Okay, so now you can see that we can animate our camera over time. Okay, and you can see that it look really amazing. And also we can make some other adjustment here. So maybe we can place our camera here like this and make it as a cubic interpolation here. Okay, so now you can see that this look really amazing. And now we're going to make a little bit of camera shake to make the animation look more natural. So for this, we go to this content browser here and go to this content folder. And here we're going to create a blueprint for our camera shake. So we right click over here, then we go to this blueprint class. And in this all class section, we expand this, and in the search bar, we type for shake. And here you can find this blueprint called this camera shake base. Select this one, select this one. And this is the blueprint for our shake. So we're going to rename it as a shake. Okay. Then we're going to open this. So this is the blueprint. Okay. Then first we go to the root shake pattern and go to this drop down menu, and we select this parallel noise camera shake pattern. Then we expand this. First we go to this timing, and we change the duration value, which is 1, and we put 0 here. Okay. Then we place it here and also compile this, and we go to our sequencer, and here we're going to put this camera shake to the camera. So we go to the very first frame, and we go to this camera component and go to this plus switch here, and we get this camera shake, and this is the blueprint. We just click on it. Okay, and also extend it a little bit to here. Okay, and now you can see that we get little bit of camera shake, but it is not visible here properly. So we're going to increase the value. Okay, so we make it as a play, and then we go to the rotation here, and we're going to increase the amplitude of the rotation. So we put 1 here, and also we're going to increase the frequency. So maybe we can put 5 here. So now you can see that we get this kind of camera shake here, but this is not look right. So we go to this roll shake, and we're going to decrease the value. So we maybe put 2 over here, and also go to this yaw, and we're going to decrease it as well. So maybe put 5 here. So we want only the vertical camera shake here. Okay, so for this we go to the pitch and we're going to increase the value. So maybe we put 2 here. Okay, so now you can see that we get this kind of vertical camera shake, and we want it very frequent but the less amplitude. So we're going to increase the frequency of this pitch vibration. So maybe we can increase the value to 5 here, but we decrease the amplitude. So we put 0.5 here. Okay, so now you can see that I think this look quite nice. Or also we go to this rotation amplitude multiplier. We put 0.5 here. So now you can see that we get this kind of high frequency and low amplitude vertical camera shake here. And when you're satisfied with the values, just compile this and close this. Okay, and now maybe we can change our sunlight position. So we go to this directional light and we're going to change the position. So we go to the rotation and we're going to change the value here. And now if we play, you can get this kind of nice camera animation here. Okay, and also we can zoom our camera a little bit. Okay, and in order to make our vehicle in focus, we can do one thing, that we go to this camera component, then we go to its details panel and we go down. And here you can find this option called this focus setting. We expand this and we go to this focus method. We go to this drop down and we select this tracking option here. Then again we go to this tracking focus setting and we click on this speaker and we pick our vehicle here. Okay, so in that way our vehicle stay within the focus here. Okay, and one thing you have also noticed that the headlights and those lights are illuminating. So we can also fix that. So for this we have to find the vehicle material. So we go to this content browser and we download this vehicle from KitBash. So we go to this KitBash folder here, and here we go to this materials folder, and here from we can get the light material. So here is the light material. Just double click to open, and then we go to this emissive tab and we decrease the value to 0. Okay, so in that way the lights are not glowing. So we save this and close this. Okay, and then if we play, you can get this kind of nice result here. And also we can make another angle of view. So we delete those keyframe from this camera transform, and maybe we can place our camera over here. And then if you play, and in this way you can get this kind of nice camera angle. And also we can make changes to the camera shake. So we go to this content browser, go to this content folder and open the shake blueprint, and then we're going to play our sequence here. And here from we can change the value. So we can go to this roll option and increase the value to 2 here. So you can get this kind of nice roll camera shake here. And also you go to the yaw and maybe we can put 1 over here, or maybe 0.5 look nice. And go to the pitch, we're going to put 1. Okay, so now you can get this kind of nice camera animation here. And we compile these values, close this. And now you can see that this look really amazing. And also we can do changes to the camera settings. So we go to this camera component here, and in the search bar we type for exposure, and then we go to this exposure metering mode. We activate this option and change the preset to manual. Then we go to this exposure compensation and we increase the value to 8 here. Then we go to this camera aperture value and we decrease the value to brighten up our scene little bit. And also we get this kind of nice shallow depth of field when you decrease the current aperture value. And maybe we can decrease the camera zoom little bit. Okay, So now you can get this kind of nice camera animation here. And believe me, when you render this, it will look more nice here. Okay, because as you can see that in the viewport, the motion blur is not look right. But when you render it in high quality, and also I will show you that how you render this. And after render, you can get a very nice result. Okay, so this is where you can get this kind of nice vehicle animation as well as the camera animation here. And now one thing we have missing, that we missing the driver here. So let me show you that how you can put a driver inside this vehicle. So for this, we're going to download a human model. So we go to the window and we go to the fab. So for the driver, I am going to use this adventure character, and which is absolutely free. Just click on this add to project. And after download, you will get this man folder here. Then we go to the mesh, go to the full, and here is the mesh. So maybe we can place our camera, or we go to the sequence and uncheck this camera. And maybe we can place our character over here. So we're going to use this one. So this is our character. And now we also need the animation. So for the animation, I'm going to use the Mixamo animations. So for this, we go to the Mixamo site. So this is the mixamo.com, and here I use my Google account to log in here. And I choose this T-pose character as a reference model here. And then we go to the animation tab and we go to the search bar and type for driving. And here we can get this kind of nice driving animation here. So if we click on it, you can get this kind of driving motion capture animation here. So we're going to download this animation. Just click on this download. And everything look nice here. Just click on this download here. And after download, you will get this driving FBX file. So we're going to import this file to our project. So we close this window. And first we go to this content browser here. Click on this content folder. And here we're going to make a new folder for our character. So we right click and click on this new folder. And here we're going to name it as a animation. Okay. And inside this folder, we're going to import the animation. So here is the animation. We just drag and drop over here. And we don't need to change anything. Just click on this import. So here is the animation. If you double click on this, you can get this animation here. Okay. And now we're going to retarget this animation to this character here, and which is very easy. So first we go to close this window, and then we come over here and we just right click over this animation. And here you can find this option called this retarget animation. Okay. And then we're going to choose the targeted skeletal mesh. So in this case, our target skeletal mesh is this one, because we want to put this animation to this character here. So we're going to select this character and we go to its details panel and also clear this search bar. And we're going to click on this magnifying switch to navigate to the character here. Then again, we go to this retarget window and we click on this arrow switch here. Okay. And you can see that the character is appeared here. And now we click on this animation, just double click. And you can see that we can successfully retarget this animation to this character here. Okay. And then we're going to export this animation by clicking over here. And we're going to choose the folder where we want to export this animation. So maybe we can choose this animation folder here and we can name anything here. So maybe we can name it as a driving and then click on this export. And again, click on this export here. Okay. So here is the animation for this character here. And now we're going to put this character inside this vehicle here. So how we can do that? So we select our car BP here. And then we click on this edit blueprint and then we make some room over here, or maybe we can maximize the window here. Okay. And now we're going to put the character inside this vehicle. So we go to the add switch and we click on this skeleton mesh. So here is the skeleton mesh and we're going to put our skeleton mesh over here. So you can see that this is the slot where we put the skeletal mesh. So we go to this content browser here, then we go to this man folder, go to the mesh, go to the full, and here is the skeletal mesh. So it's going to select this one and come over here and click on this arrow switch. Okay, so here you can get this skeletal mesh here, and also we're going to put the animation. So we go to this animation tab and go to the animation mode and click on this drop down menu and click on this use animation asset. Then we go to this anim to play and go to this drop down menu and we click on this driving animation here. Okay, so now in that way you can see that our character is playing this driving animation here. And now we're going to reposition our character. So maybe we can rotate our character here to 90-degree here, and then we're going to reposition it. And make sure that you fit your character properly inside this vehicle here. So it cannot be so perfect because the motion capture is done maybe in different vehicle. So we try to match it as close as it possible. Okay. Okay, just like that. And also you can see that sometime the character is clipping this area. So we go to reposition our character to this side. Okay, so I think this fit nicely. And when you're satisfied, just save this by compiling here and also save it here. Then we close this window. Okay, and also we delete this character from here. And now you can see that we have the driver as well. So we go to the sequencer tab and we go to this camera, enable it by clicking over here. And also we can reposition our camera here like this. Okay, and now you can get this kind of nice vehicle animation as well as the camera animation, as well as we have this kind of nice driver inside this vehicle here. And now I'm going to show you that how you can make this kind of vehicle animation more advanced by using the full version of cinematic car rig. Okay, so first we're going to add the cinematic car rig full version into our project. So this is the cinematic car rig full version and this is the paid version, but you can do more advanced stuff by using this blueprint. So I'm going to add this to my project. And after this to our project, we go to this content browser and you can get this cinematic car rig folder here. So we can do advanced stuff by using this blueprint. So first we're going to go to this blueprints folder and here you can get this spline system here. And by using this spline system, we can specify the vehicle path. So first we're going to make a path for our vehicle. So maybe we go to the sequencer and we uncheck the camera from here and we come over here and we make a path for our vehicle. So maybe we can come over here. Okay, and then we go to this content browser and go to this blueprint and we put this spline path over here. Okay, just like that. So we press W to get this location gizmo and we extend this. Okay, just like that. And we duplicate this spline point. So we press and hold the Alt key and drag this X-axis. Just drag it. And then we're going to reposition it here like this. And also we're going to select this last spine point and we rotate this to match the curve here. And maybe we can also place it here like this. And then also do the same thing to here as well. And also we have our previous vehicle here. So maybe we can delete this vehicle for now. So we go to this BP car rig light and we uncheck this one. And we extend our path here. Okay, so once you make the path, you can do one thing, that we select any spline point from here, and then we come over here to the details panel and we go to this BP path and we select this spline. Then we go down and select all of the spline points from here by clicking over here. So in that way you can select all of the spline points, and then we go to this BP path self, and here you can find this option called this trace vertically and trace locally. Okay, so just click on this trace vertically. So in that way our spline is now stick with the landscape here. So in this case the spline stick on this road here. Okay, so this is how you can make this road here. And now we're going to ready our vehicle for this new cinematic car rig. Okay, so this is the blueprint for the cinematic car rig full version. So first we're going to duplicate this one. So we just right click on it and we duplicate this. Okay, then we're going to open this one, and here we're going to bring the body mesh as well as the wheel mesh. So we go to this content browser, and first we're going to put this body mesh over here. So we just drag this vehicle body over here, and then again we go to this content browser and we select the wheel and we put it in the front wheel mesh, and then again we do the same thing for this rear wheel. Okay, just like that. And also we put our driver inside this vehicle. So for this we go to this add and we select the skeletal mesh, and then we select our character over here. So we go to this content browser and we go to this man folder here, go to the mesh full, and this is the character. So we selected this one and we go to this skeletal mesh asset slot, just click on this arrow switch, and also we go to this animation mode, we select this animation asset, go to this drop down menu and select the driving animation asset here. Okay, and then again we reposition our character inside this vehicle. So we go over here and we just rotate this to 90 degree here. Okay, and as you can see that we also have those wheels inside this vehicle. So maybe we can first rearrange our wheels. So we go to this BP cinematic car rig, and then first we go over here. So we go to this front axis offset and we increase the value here like this, and we go to this body height and also we increase the value, and then we go to this front wheel side offset, increase the value here, and we have to adjust according to our need like this. Okay, so now you can see that we successfully manage our all wheels here. Or maybe we go to this front wheel and we're going to extend it a little bit here like this. So some of the vehicle have the rear wheel is wider than the front wheel, so we can also do that. So we go down here, and under this wheel section we have this option called this rear wheel extra width. So maybe we can increase the width of this rear wheel little bit, not much, like this. And also we can increase the size of the rear wheel. Okay, just like that. So this is how you can make the difference between these two wheels here like this. And now we can reposition our character. So we select our character. Okay, so our vehicle is ready as well as our driver. So now we're going to compile this. Okay, then we minimize this window here, and then we bring our vehicle blueprint on our environment here. Okay, and then we're going to link our vehicle to this path. So we go to this outliner section and select our BP Cinematic Car Rig 1. Then we go to its details panel and we go down. And under this driving, you can get this option called this path, and we go to this drop down menu, and here we can get this BP path spline system. So we just selected this one, and in that way our vehicle is now trace this spline path, and we go down to this distance travel option, and if we increase this value, you can get this kind of nice vehicle animation here. Okay, and now we're going to animate it over time. So we go to the sequencer tab, and here we're going to bring this vehicle blueprint to our sequence. So we're going to delete the old one, so we just delete this, and we bring this new cinematic car rig blueprint into our sequence. Okay, so we select this one, then we go to this plus switch, go to this add actor track and select this one. Okay, so now we're going to animate our vehicle over time, and in this case we're going to make a 10 seconds long sequence. So we go to this time here and we put 10 and press enter, and then we click on this red end bracket and we extend our seed camera cut by drag this over here, and also we can make some of these warm-up frames. Then we go to the very beginning and we go to this cine camera actor and expand this, and we go to delete this attach as well. So we select this one and just delete this, and now we're going to make the animation for the vehicle. So we go to the very beginning here, and also we extend our camera shake over here like this. Then we go to this BP Cinematic Car Rig and go to this plus switch, and then we go down here, and here you can find this variable option called this distance travel. Okay, just click on it, and then in the beginning we set it to 0 here. Okay, and then we make a keyframe, and then we go to the very end frame here and we increase the value. Okay, just like that. So very easy, and also make sure that the keyframe is in linear interpolation method. Okay, so now you can see that we can successfully animate our vehicle by using this spline system. Okay, which is very easy. And now also we going to link our camera with this vehicle. So in this time we're going to do some advanced stuff. So first we go to this cinematic car rig blueprint. So we select this one and go to this outliner section and we click on this edit blueprint. And here if we go to this components tab, you can see this option called this camera mount tool. So we're going to attach our camera with this camera mount tool. So we're going to copy this. So we press Ctrl C to copy this camera mount tool. Okay, and then we minimize this one. So first we're going to activate our camera by clicking here. Okay, and we reposition our camera. So let's find where our vehicle is. So this is the path and here is our vehicle. Okay, and also we select our camera component, then we go to the details panel and we go down to this tracking focus system. We go to pick this car. Okay, so just go to this speaker tab and select this one. So our focus stick on this vehicle here. Okay, then we go to the very beginning here, and we do the same thing that we do previously, that we're going to link our camera with this vehicle. So first we go to this cine camera actor and go to this plus switch, then we go to this attach, and again we click on this preserve current, just click on it. Then again we go to the cinematic car actor, go to this plus switch, go to the attach and select our BP cinematic car rig, and we select the route here. Okay, and as you can see that it look like this. So we're going to fix it. So we go down here and here is the attach option. We go over here and right click on it, then we go to the properties, and then we go to this attach component name, and here we're going to paste the value that we copied earlier. So we press Ctrl and V, and this is the camera mount 2. Okay, very easy, that's it. And now you can see that we can successfully attach our camera with this vehicle. But you can see that this kind of weird camera shake because we have this camera shake blueprint attached with our camera. So we go to this camera shake. So we go to this content browser, go to the content. Then we go down and double click to open this camera shake blueprint. Okay. And then again we go to the sequencer and we play our sequence and we're going to decrease the camera shake. So first we go to this rotation and we decrease it to maybe 0.2 here, and also we go to this frequency, we put 0.2 over here. Okay, then we click on this compile. So these are the stuff that you can also do with the light version, and now I'm going to show you that what advanced stuff you can do with the full version here. So first thing we can do that we can put vibration to the wheels here. So for this we're going to reopen our car rig blueprint. So we go to this blueprint car rig and just click on this edit blueprint, and maybe we can place it over here. Okay, then we select our blueprint from here and then we go down here. You can get this option called this vibration, and if we come close to the vehicle here, and as you can see that the wheels are not vibrated here initially. So we go to make some of the vibration to the wheel. So we go to this overall vibration multiplier and we put the value of 2 here. So in that way you can get this kind of micro detail to your vehicle, that we can put this kind of nice car vibration here. Okay, and also you can see that we have the little bit vibration to the vehicle body, and we can also individually control them. So we go to this wheel vibration amount, and if we increase this value, so we can put 2 here. So we can get more vibration to the wheel here. And if we go to this wheel vibration speed, we can increase the value to increase the speed of this vibration here. Okay. Maybe we can decrease the wheel vibration amount to maybe 0.5. Okay. But we increase the speed of the vibration. And then also we can increase or decrease the body vibration here. So we go to this roll vibration, and if we increase this value, you can see that we get this kind of roll to our vehicle body. And now one thing you have noticed that our vehicle is vibrating, but our driver is still in the same position. So how we can make the driver also follow this vehicle movement? So one thing we can do that we can reposition our character. So we go over here, and first we're going to find our character. So here is our character, and now we're going to reposition our character under this vibrating chassis. Okay, so we just drag our character under this vibrating chassis. Okay, and now you can see that our character also move with the vehicle here. Okay. And one thing you have noticed that our character is still clipping this side here. So we're going to reposition our character. So again, we go over here, and first we're going to select this blueprint here. And then we go to the vibration, and maybe we can place it over here so you can see it properly. So first we're going to disable the vibration. So we press 0 over here. Okay. Then we go inside the vehicle, and then we're going to reposition it. Okay, just like that. And then again we go to this blueprint and we put the value. So we can put 2 over here. Okay, and then compile. Okay, but one thing you have noticed that this is too much of vibration to the vehicle body, but I'm just showing you that how you can make those, and also how you can manage your driver inside the vehicle. We're going to decrease the roll vibration. So maybe we can put 1.5 here, or maybe we increase the value to 2, and roll vibration speed we can put 2 over here as well. Okay, maybe this is too much, so we're going to decrease the roll vibration amount to 1 and roll vibration speed to 1.5. Okay, still this is too much, so maybe we can put 0.5, which is the default value. Okay, then just compile this. Okay, and now we can play the animation. Okay, so this is how you can put the micro details to your vehicle by using the full version here. Okay, and now maybe we can make a nice camera animation to show you that how you can make the camera animation. So we go to this transform switch for the camera and we delete the keyframes here. Okay, and then maybe we can place our camera over here. Okay, and also we can put some vibration to our camera as well. So we go to this camera shake blueprint, we go to the content browser and open the camera shake blueprint, place it over here, and then I'm going to put the vertical vibration to the camera. So we come over here to the roll, we're going to decrease it to 0.5 and the frequency to 0.5, as well as the yaw, we go to the frequency to put 0.5 over here. And then we only go to the pitch and we're going to increase the vibration value to 2 here. Okay, and then we go to this overall amplitude multiplier to 1 and the rotation frequency multiplier I put 5 here. Or this is too much, I think, so I decrease the amplitude to maybe 0.5 or maybe 0.2 here, and we go to this pitch amplitude, we put 1 over here. Okay, so I think this look nice. Then we compile this and we close this. Okay, and now I'm going to increase the camera zoom little bit. So we go to this camera focal length and we zoom it here like this, and then we play the animation here. Okay, or maybe we can place our camera over here and also we zoom it little bit more, and then I come over here to the 4 seconds and make a keyframe to the current focal length. Then I go to the 6 seconds here and we zoom out it, and then we select both of this keyframe and right click and make it cubic interpolation. Okay, or maybe we can make those animation little bit tighter here. Okay, and maybe one thing you have noticed that our vehicle look little bit small here, so we can also increase the vehicle size. So we go to this cinematic car rig blueprint and open the blueprint from here, and then we go to this car scale switch and we're going to increase the value to maybe 1.2 here, and also we go to this character. And here we can also increase the character scale. So we go to the scale switch and we lock the scale switch here and we put the value 1.2 here. Okay. Okay, then we compile this. And now if we play, you can get this kind of nice car animation with this nice momentum here. Okay. So this is how you can use this cinematic car rig. And there is another settings for the wheels. So let me show you. So if we just go close to this vehicle here. Okay. And maybe we can delete those keyframes here for this current focal length. Okay. And also for this time being, I'm going to disable the motion blur so you can see it properly, because the motion blurs look very terrible here. So we go to this camera component and we go to the details panel, and here we type for motion blur. So here is the motion blur settings. We go to this amount and activate this option and make it 0 for now. And now if we play, you can see the wheels properly here. And also we're going to decrease the shake for this camera. So we go to this content browser and we go to the content, and then we go to open the shake blueprint. And for this time being, I'm going to decrease the shake to maybe 0.5 here. Compile them. And then if we play, and here you can see that the wheels are rotating only to the front direction here, but we don't have any kind of rotation for the steering here. So we're going to make some steering rotation to these wheels here. So how we can do that? We go to minimize this one, and then we select the cinematic car rig and also clear this search bar. Then we go down here, and here you can find this option called the steering exaggeration. Okay, so initially it's set to 1. So if we make it 4 here, so you can see it properly. And now if we play, you can also get some of the steering movement to the wheels here. So if we just select another thing here and also press G to hide those guide markers. And now if we play, you can get this kind of side movement to these wheels here. Okay, and I can also increase the values so you can see it properly. So maybe we go over here and we increase the value here so you can just see it properly, but it is too much, but I just only do this to show you properly here. So now you can understand this. Okay, but this is too much. So we select our vehicle and then we come over here and we decrease the value. So maybe we can put 4 over here. Okay, so now you can get this kind of nice result here. Okay, and also we can make a cinematic render. So we go to place our camera over here maybe. Okay, then we select our camera component and we go here and change the focus method to manual here. And then we going to select the front wheel here. Okay, and in that way you can get this kind of nice shot here. And also we're going to re-enable our motion blur. So we go to select this camera component, then we go to the search bar and search for motion blur, and we reset the value, or maybe we can put 0.2 here. Okay, and also we're going to decrease the camera zoom here, and also we're going to refocus our camera. So we say clear this search bar and then we go to this focus setting and we pick our front wheel here. And now I'm going to show you that how I make some of this nice scene here. So first I'm going to show you that how I make the sunset shot. So for the sunset shot, I am using the ultra dynamic sky. So first we are going to add ultra dynamic sky to our project. So for the sunset shot, I am using this ultra dynamic sky. So first we're going to add this to our project. And once you add the ultra dynamic sky, we go to this content browser. We can get this folder called this ultra dynamic sky. And if we go to this blueprints folder, here you can get this ultra dynamic sky blueprint to light up our scene. So before we use this ultra dynamic sky to our level, we do some settings for our level. So first we go up here and also go to the sequence, and then we can increase our focus distance. Okay, just like that. And first we're going to delete all the light system in this level. So we select this sky sphere here and we delete this one. Then also we go to this directional light, exponential height fog, and also the skylight. Then we're going to delete them. Okay, so there is no light source here. And now we're going to bring the ultra dynamic sky to our level. So we go to this content browser, then we go to this ultra dynamic sky folder, then go to this blueprints, go down, and this is the ultra dynamic sky. So we just bring it to our level here. And instantly, just by one click, you can make this entire lighting system to our level here. Okay, and also one thing we can do, we select this ultra dynamic sky from here. Then we go to the details panel, and in the search bar, we type for volumetric fog. And here you can get this use volumetric fog option, just enable it. Okay, so in that way, we can get some of this volumetric fog here. Okay, and also we're going to reposition our sun. So we clear this search bar and then we go to this time of day and we're going to change the sun position here. Okay, and also in order to make the sunset shot, we're going to delete those trees here. So we select all of these trees. This is the foliage instance and we delete them. Okay. And then we going to make the sunset shot. So maybe we can place our camera here. Okay. And we want our sun will be here. So we select ultra dynamic sky and then we going to change our sun position here. So our sun is here. So we going to bring our sun to this side. So how I can do that? We go to select the ultra dynamic sky. Then we go to search bar and type for sun. Then we go down here. And here you can find this option called the sun yaw, sun pitch and the sun vertical offset. So we go to the sun yaw. And here we want our sun here. And then we go to the sun vertical offset. We down our sun here like this. And instead of using this volumetric cloud, we're going to change this to static cloud. So we clear this search bar here. Then we go up. And here you can find this sky mode. And the preset is set to volumetric cloud. So we go to this drop down menu. And we click on this 2D dynamic cloud. And then we go to this project mode. We go to this drop down menu and select this cinematic offline. Okay. Then also we go to this cloud coverage and we decrease the value here. Okay. And also we're going to delete this horizon line. So we selected this one and we delete it. Okay. So just like that. And then also we go to the sequencer and we change some settings to our camera. So maybe we zoom our camera here like this. And also we're going to detach our camera from this vehicle. So we go to this camera and we go to this attachment and we're going to delete the attachment here. Okay. And when you delete the attachment, our camera is changed its position. So again, we're going to reposition our camera. So first we're going to find the road here. So here is the road. And there is our vehicle. Maybe we can place our camera here. And also we place our sun to this area. So again, we select our ultra dynamic sky and then we go to the search bar and type for sun. Okay. Then we reposition our sun. So we go to the sun yaw. And also we go down here and here is the option for sun scale. So we're going to increase the sun scale here like this. And then also we have this sun softness. We're going to decrease the softness here. Okay. And also we're going to bring our sun a little bit down to the horizon here. So we go to the sun vertical offset and we place it here like this. Okay. And also we go down here and we increase this value called the sun source angle scale. Okay. And also we go to the sun disk intensity. We're going to increase the intensity a little bit, not much. So we can get this kind of nice glowing effect to the sun here. And also we're going to increase the cloud little bit. So we clear this search bar and we come here to this cloud coverage. So here is the cloud coverage option and we increase the coverage a little bit. And now we're going to put some of the tree here and there. So for this, first we go to this camera actor and disable it. And then we're going to put some trees here and there. So maybe we're going to sculpt our landscape a little bit. So we go to the selection mode and go to the landscape. And then we're going to put some sculpting over here and there. So first we go to the brush size and we decrease the brush size here like this. And also we're going to enable our camera here so we can see our viewport. So we select our camera here. And then we go to the spin and just click on it. So it can stay here. And now we're going to make the sculpting here. Then we go to this paint option here and we go down and here you can get this grass landscape layer. So we select this grass layer and we're going to paint. Okay, then we go back to our selection mode, and now we're going to put some of the trees here and there. So we go to this content browser and we go to the ruler Australia folder here, and also enable the static mesh filter, and let's find the trees here. So we go down here and here is the trees, so we're going to put some trees manually here. Okay, so now if we go to the sequencer and enable our camera, and you can get this kind of nice shot here, and maybe we can place our camera here, and now you can get this kind of nice shot here. And also we can decrease the camera shake. So we go to this camera shake here and we can to decrease the value. So maybe we can put 0.1 and 0.1 here and compile it. Then you can get this kind of nice shot here. And now I'm going to show you that how you can put the headlights to your vehicle here. So for this, we're going to select our vehicle and then we're going to open this blueprint. So click on this edit blueprint. Okay. And then we come over here. So we place our camera over here so we can see it properly. And now first we're going to put the lights here. So we go to this add button here. And in the search bar, we type for lights and we're going to put this spotlight here. So we're going to bring this spotlight to our scene. And we're going to place the spotlight here. And then we're going to change some settings to the spotlight. So we come over here to the spotlight settings. We go to the details panel. And first we're going to increase the intensity. Okay, and then we go to this attenuation radius. We're going to increase this. Okay, and then also we go to the inner cone angle. We go to the inner cone angle. We're going to change the value here and also go to the outer cone angle. We're going to decrease that. Okay, and then we go to the source radius. So we're going to increase the value little bit. Okay, so this is our one light, and also we're going to duplicate this, or maybe we can decrease the cone angle little bit down. So we go to the outer cone angle and we decrease the value here. And in order to make the light move according to the vehicle, we can do one thing, that we can select our light and place underneath this vibrating chassis. Okay, and now you can see that our light also move according to the vehicle here. Okay, and also we can duplicate our light to other headlights here. So we go over here and we select our light and press Ctrl D to duplicate the light here. And then we move it here. Okay, so now you can see that we have two headlights here, and also we can move it little bit behind here. Okay, and also we rotate it. So we press E to get this rotation gizmo, and we just rotate it a little bit downwards here, and also select the other one. Rotate it a little bit like this. Okay, so we have our headlights, but our headlights is not illuminating here, so we can also do that. So first we're going to compile this and we minimize this window. Then we go to this content browser and we go to this kit bash folder, go to the materials, and here we get the headlight material, which is this one. So we go to open this material, then we go to this emissive tab and we're going to increase this. So maybe we put 5 here. Okay, so in that way we can get this kind of headlights here. Okay, and then we save this one, and also we get some of this backlight illumination as well. So we come over here and we increase the emissiveness. Okay, save this, and also do for this backlight. Okay, then we save this, and also maybe we can select our vehicle and then we go to the blueprint here and we go down to the lights here. We can do one thing, that we can decrease the cone angle little bit more. So we go to outer cone angle and we decrease here. Also do the same thing for the second lights, and also we increase the source radius. Okay, and maybe we can also rotate it. So we're going to rotate the light here like this. Also do the same thing to here. Okay, and then also we're going to increase the volumetrics for these lights. So we go to select this spotlight and then we go down, and here you can find option called the volumetric scattering intensity. So we're going to increase this. So maybe we can increase it to 4 here. So we get some of this nice volumetrics light here, and also do the same thing to this next one. So this one, so we place 4. Okay, so now if we go to this ultra dynamic sky and we make it a nighttime scene. Okay, so now you can get this kind of nice result here. And also if we go to the sequencer and we enable our camera, and now you can get this kind of nice nighttime scene here. Okay, so maybe we can place moon over here. So let's find the moon. Okay, so maybe we can animate our camera as well. So maybe we can place our camera here. And we make a keyframe here. So we go to this camera transform switch and make a keyframe here, and then we go to the very last frame, and maybe we come over here and we place our camera here. Okay, so let's play. So in that way you can get this kind of nice camera animation as well. And also we can increase the fog little bit more. So we select our ultra dynamic sky and then we go down here inside this fog setting. We're going to increase the fog here a little bit. Okay, and maybe we can decrease the cloud coverage here. Okay, so now if we play, or maybe we can decrease the fog a little bit down so we can see our moon here. So this is how you can put the headlights to your vehicle here, and you can see that it is very easy to put those headlights. And now I'm going to show you that how you can get more vehicles for this cinematic car rig. So for this, again we go to the fab. So for the more vehicle, we can use the city sample vehicle pack. So we're going to add it to our project. And after download the pack, you will get this folder called the city sample vehicles. And also your prompt to enable the missing plugin. So click on this enable missing. And then you have to restart your engine. So restart now. And after restart, we go to the city sample vehicles. And then we go to any vehicles from here. So maybe we go to this truck vehicle and double click to open. And then we have this mesh folder, just double click to open. And here you can get the body mesh as well as the wheel mesh here. So first we're going to make some light over here. So we go to select the ultra dynamic sky and we're going to make the daytime here. We can put this vehicle body here. And one thing is nice that the vehicle already faces towards this x-axis here. And then we're going to bring the wheels here. So we're going to bring the wheels over here. And also the wheels also facing towards this x-axis. But one thing is missing, that we have to place those pivot points to the center of this object. So first we're going to select our vehicle here. Then we go to the selection mode and go to the modeling tab. Then we go to this X form and go to the edit pivot and make it to the center here. Then accept. And also do the same thing for these wheels here. Okay, and now we're going to put this vehicle to this cinematic car rig. So we go to our selection mode. Okay, so now you can see that we can successfully import this new vehicle to our cinematic car rig. But one thing you have noticed, that there is something is missing, that the windshield is the missing part here. So we're going to bring the windshield over here. So how we can do that? So here is the windshield which is separated from the vehicle. So if you bring our windshield over here, you can see that there is the windshield. Okay, and one thing you have also noticed, that the car react with any object present inside this world here. Okay, so this is the windshield, and now we're going to put this windshield over this vehicle. So it is a little bit tricky to put the windshield over here. So how we can do that? We can just go over here and we go to this add option here, and we're going to add the static mesh here. And because we already select this asset over here, so the asset name is showing here. So just click. And you can see that the asset is appeared here. And we're going to reposition the windshield here. So maybe we can make a room here. And then we're going to reposition it. Okay, so we successfully placed this windshield over this vehicle here. And in order to make the windshield stay in the same place, we can do one thing, that we make the room here. And we're going to link this windshield to this vibrating chassis. So again, we select this one and just drag on this vibrating chassis here. Okay, so that's it. Then we're going to compile this. Okay, and also save this one. And now if we come over here, you can also access those vehicle inside the cinematic car rig. Okay, so now I'm going to show you that how you can render it in a high quality. So we probably delete this one, and also we delete this one and this one, and also we come over to the sequence, and maybe we can place our camera here, and maybe we can link our camera with this vehicle. And also maybe we can disable the lights here. So we select the vehicle, then we go to the details panel and we go down here, and here you can find these lights. So we're going to make the intensity to 0 here, and also we go to this content browser and go to this material for this vehicle. So we go to this kit bash folder here, and we're going to decrease the intensity of those lights here. And also we can do one thing, that we can set up our sky little bit. So we select ultra dynamic sky, and then we go down here and we decrease the fog. And also we go to the sky mode, and instead of using the 2D dynamic cloud, we can use the volumetric clouds here. And also we can increase the cloud coverage little bit. And also we're going to change our sun position. So we come over here. Okay, then we go to the sequencer tab, and we go to the cine camera actor, and we increase the camera aperture here. Okay, and now we going to reposition our camera. So first we go to this camera transform and delete those keyframes here. Okay, and then we make a keyframe here, and also go to the very end frame, and maybe we can position our camera here. Okay, so this is how you can make this kind of camera shot here. And also we can put some of the camera shake. So again we go to this camera shake, so we go to this content folder and open the camera shake, and we're going to bring the camera shake here by pressing 0.5 here and also 1 over here, and compile it. So we can get little bit of camera shake here as well. Or we can also change our sun position. So we select ultra dynamic sky, and then maybe we can change the sun position here. Okay, and also we go to this camera component, and we go to the details panel and go to the motion blur section, and we're going to reset the amount here. Okay, so finally we can make this kind of shot here, and now I'm going to show you some settings to the camera. So we select this camera component here and we clear this. So first we go to this lens settings here and we expand this, and here you can find the squeezing factor, and we're going to increase the value. So we're going to increase it all the way to here, and we go to this film back option, and we divide the sensor width by 2. So we divide it by 2 here, so we type divided by 2. Okay, then we go down again, we go to the bloom settings and enable the method, and we change this from standard to convolution here. So you can see that we get this kind of nice blooming effect on the sun here. And also you can decrease or increase the intensity if you like. So we go to the intensity tab, and maybe we can decrease it little bit. Okay, just like that. Then again we go down here, we go to this chromatic aberration and we enable it, and also we can put the value to 0.5 here, and also we go to the start offset and also we put 0.5 here. Okay, so in that way we can get little bit of chromatic aberration to the edge of the scene here. Then also we go down here, we go to the lens flare option and expand this, and we're going to activate it by clicking here. Okay, so in that way we can get little bit of lens flare here. So here you can see the lens flare, but we're going to decrease the value, so we're going to put 0.2 here, so we can get little bit of lens flare here, or maybe we can decrease it to 0.02 here, or maybe 0.15 here. Okay, then we go down here and we go to the image effect, we enable the vignette intensity and we increase the intensity, so we can get little bit of vignetting effect on the edges here. And then also we go down and we go to the lumen reflection tab here, and here you can see one thing, that if we pause here you can see the reflection over here. So if we go to this high quality translucent reflection, enable this and activate this one, you can get nice reflection over here. So as you can see that when we disable this, you can also see it on the headlight here. So we get nice reflection here, so we're going to on it. And also we go to the quality and we increase the quality to 5 here. Okay, so now you can see that this look nice. Okay, and then also we go down and go to the film grain option, we activate this film grain and we put 0.5 here to get little bit of grains on our scene here. Okay, so this is what we can do for the camera settings here. And now I'm going to show you that how you can render it in a high quality. So in order to render it in a high quality, we're going to enable a plugin called Movie Render Queue. So we go to the edit and we go to the plugins, and in the search bar we type for movie. So here is the Movie Render Queue plugin, enable this and also enable this Movie Render Queue additional render passes. Click on yes, and then we have to restart our engine. So just click on the restart now and also save our progresses. Okay, and after restart we go to the Windows, go to the cinematic, and we have this new option called this Movie Render Queue. Just click on it, and then we go to this render tab, click on this plus switch, and here we have to specify our actual sequence. So in this case, tutorial sequence is our actual sequence, so just select this one. Then we go to this unsafe config, and first we're going to delete the JPEG sequence, just delete this one. Then we go to the plus switch, and we're going to put the anti-aliasing. And because our scene is very fast scene, so we go to this temporal sample count and we're going to put a very high number, and I put 64 in my all renders here. And then click on this override anti-aliasing, and also we click on this warm up frames here. Then again we go to the settings and we go to this color output, go to the misc, and we click on this disable tone curve. Then again we go to the settings and we go to this game override, and we don't need to change anything here. And then again we go to the settings and click on this high resolution, and we click on this override subsurface scattering. Then again we go to the settings tab and we select the EXR sequence for our render format, and we don't need to change anything, just go to the output, and here from you can select the output directory where you want to save your EXR sequence. And also you can change the resolution if you want, and also go to this option called this use custom frame rate, activate this option, and in that way you can change the frame rate as you want. And I use the 24 fps. If you want, you can also use the 60 fps if you want. Then just click on this accept, and finally click on this render local, and your file will be ready. Okay, so this is it, and this is how I make my actual video, and I go through all the steps so you can understand that how you can make this kind of video. And if you like this video, I recommend you to check my other videos, and if you like those videos, please do subscribe this channel and turn the notification on. So this is for today, and you will see in my next video. So till then, take care and bye bye.